As black, we are living here in this beautiful Republic of France under the rule of the very devious, vicious, hypocritical French appetite. No matter what you can afford, no matter what your abilities, no matter what your degrees, housing, high responsibility jobs will always be reserved for whites first. The majority of disco clubs are reserved for whites. Disco for whites clubs are no black allowed. That's here, that's France, my beautiful country. This is my country where I live, where I was born, my wonderful country, France. The fucking segregation here is illegal, but so violent, putrid, terribly vicious, devious, so effective. The fucking segregation here in France stinks to high hell. Fetid, so repulsive. We are living here in France the rule of apartheid. French blacks and French Arabs are stuck in ghettos, banned from work, rejection, exclusion, taking refuge in suicide, crime or religion. There's segregation here in France, my country, is an evil for all non-whites. It stinks to high hell, their French hypocrite segregation. Sneaky, putrid, perverse, devious, so vicious. The first time I was allowed to get into a club, I was 20. It was in Berlin, in Germany. I was so surprised. I was used to the sneaky, vicious French appetite. In my sweet country, France, clubs are prohibited for blacks. In France, one of the most hypocritical societies where racial discrimination is illegal, prohibited by law by the Constitution, but where it's a constant game, a favorite pastime for many whites, constantly practiced in indifference and joy, with impunity, in great serenity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the court. We are living in France under the rule of apartheid, where blacks and Arabs, despite being French, are discriminated in ghettos of misery and distress, affliction, bitterness, excluded, rejected from work, from life, rejection, desolation. The black kids take refuge in suicide, crime, or religion. We are living here in France the rule of apartheid. French blacks and French Arabs are stuck in ghettos, banned from work, rejection, exclusion, taking refuge in suicide, crime or religion. There's segregation here in France, my country, is an evil for all non-whites. It stinks to high hell, their French hypocrite segregation. Sneaky, putrid, perverse, devious, so vicious. Oh, you are the one who called about the apartment. So funny. You don't have any accent. But I'm so sorry, but the apartment is already rented. It's very hard when you are black and French to rent an apartment. Up there, police, papers. 20 times more likely to get arrested by the cops if you're black than if you are a white, sociopath, pedophile, drug dealer in a suit and tie. The white cops in France are more racist than in the USA. They don't blink at shooting black kids in the streets or the ghettos. To shoot in their police stations, their vans, they murder and joy. For them, hunting pheasant on blacks is all year round. We are living here in France the rule of apartheid. French blacks and French Arabs are stuck in ghettos, banned from work, rejection, exclusion, taking refuge in suicide, crime or religion. There's segregation here in France, my country, is an evil for all non-whites. It stinks to high hell, their French hypocrite segregation. Sneaky, putrid, perverse, devious, so vicious. In France, the country of the perverse apartheid system, white people don't want to be led by black people. The top of black graduates are not allowed to work. They must leave the country. They go work in England, Australia, Canada, in enlightened countries where skill at work always takes precedence over skin color. In my beautiful country, France, when I was born, where I live, the fucking vicious perverse segregation is a very painful, extremely virulent fucking scourge. The fucking sneaky perverse apartheid system is a super toxic scourge, so repulsive. We are living here in France a rule of apartheid. French blacks and French Arabs are stuck in ghettos, banned from work, rejection, exclusion, taking refuge in suicide, crime or religion. There's segregation here in France, my country, is an evil for all non-whites. It stinks to high hell, their French hypocrite segregation. Sneaky, putrid, perverse, devious, so vicious. In my country, France, where I was born and where I live, with their fucking so vicious, perverse apartheid system. With their fucking so vicious, perverse apartheid system. It's a fucking evil so violent for not whites. It's a fucking evil so hostile for black people. It's a fucking shame, this perverse apartheid system in France. It's a fucking shame, this perverse apartheid system in France.